Put this wheelbarrow in the caravan. Ever seen anyone have a stroke?
That's a corner.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're looking at the most difficult and physically demanding tasks on Taskmaster.
Are you guys enjoying the task?
Really not enjoying it, genuinely, because I don't like trying to solve something when I don't know what it is I'm supposed to be solving.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Hide the ball.
Excellent, excellent, marvellous, amazing, incredible, epic. Oh.
We haven't had secret solo tasks on the show for years, but many of them were needlessly difficult, particularly this one, designed to be impossible.
Just for Mel, let's see if she can stay nice.
Was I the only one that had to do this?
Oh yeah.
Upon noticing Mel Giedroych's unwavering optimism, the crew took it upon themselves to frustrate her so much that she got genuinely angry. They asked her to hide this giant inflatable ball in just a few minutes without deflating it, which, obviously, she couldn't do.
Right, come on, come on. Oh.
They gave her a handful of other ball-related tasks too, and she was livid when they cut back to her in the studio. It's maybe the cruelest of all the secret tasks. Josh Widdicombe had to count a lot of beans, but at least that's not physically exhausting.
We also got Mel as another task to inflate the ball in the house. This took 45 minutes.
I can't reach it!
Number 9. Find your hand.
I'm looking for not just my hands, but my dad's hands.
I don't think your dad's hands are here.
As is nearly always the case on Taskmaster, there's a trick to this one that makes it extremely simple. Do something different with your hand so that it's easy to spot. That's what Sarah did.
It got to be somewhere where you're stood over there and you can go, yeah, it's that one.
Of course, they didn't know why a picture of their hand was being taken, so most of them didn't do this.
30 seconds.
I'm just gonna go mad staring at these.
Instead, they found themselves locked in a storage container surrounded by thousands of photos of hands, asked to find their own. Dara and John were driven to complete madness and didn't manage to complete the task at all.
So surely I need to ping it off the second mirror, don't I? Now if I get it at just the right angle, it will point directly at my hand.
Munya solved it with the laser pointer and Sarah with her fist, but it was an ordeal for the other three.
So many hands. They all look the same. Where is my hand?
Thank you, Dara.
Number 8. Solve the riddle.
Did anyone else find Alex not telling you what the riddle was irritating?
Yeah. The whole thing was a pain in the arse, this one, wasn't it?
As you'd expect, Victoria Corin Mitchell made this task look easy, and honestly, maybe it was unfair to pit her against the other contestants in a battle of wits like this.
J equals C.
How do you know that?
Because I've got a code on the back of my jigsaw.
Oh, you've got the early letters.
On the other hand, she did come dead last in that series, by over 40 points, so it was nice to have some tasks she excelled in. If you're not Victoria though, you'd have had a very tough time solving the riddle, as the team of 3 showed.
Does it look like you can figure out where the X is located?
Probably not.
Victoria and Alan, though really it was just Victoria on her own, managed to finish the task in 33 minutes, while the other team took an extra hour on top of that to do it, even with 3 of them working at once.
Can it be? How can 2 things be T?
Can you retrieve his whole puzzle from me, please?
Number 7. Place the yoga balls on the yoga mat.
That hill? Yes, please.
Up there? Are you serious?
This task was grueling for anyone who wasn't Richard Osman, who bent the rules to bring the yoga mat to the bottom and make the challenge far easier.
Oh, no.
The other contestants, who followed the task to the letter and struggled to get 3 yoga balls up the hill, were furious that Greg was going to allow Osman to get away with this trick.
No!
After seeing Joe, John and Doc Brown work themselves to the bone trying to keep the yoga balls up there, it seems completely outrageous that they let him win the task so unscrupulously, especially considering Joe Wilkinson's infamous potato throw was in the same episode.
is the way I see it. Susie Dent knows what she's talking about, and Richard Osman uses imagination. So, as far as I'm concerned, he wins that task.
Number 6. Get close to Alex without being noticed.
Sinha, I just saw you entering the main station building.
No way.
I will measure that distance.
I don't have the legs for this.
In this task, Alex was hiding on a bridge miles away at Buckinghamshire Railway Centre. They had to get as close to him as possible without being noticed.
Gotta be close.
They had a lot of ground to cover, and it was the dead of winter, and both Sian and Paul got caught, Sian twice. Lou and Ian fared better, but all of them talked about how arduous it was in the studio afterwards.
That's taking the wind out of my sails a bit.
But perhaps the hardest part of the task was watching Joe Thomas sail to victory and then chat to Alex. It was easily one of the most awkward things we've ever seen. He said he'd enjoyed himself, though.
You going to stay? Oh, well, if I'm allowed to. It's quite nice up here.
One of us has to go.
Oh, I'll bet I'll go.
That way.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Joe.
Number 5. Eat as much watermelon as possible. Few things are as physically demanding as an eating competition, and Series 1 of Taskmaster showed that thoroughly. It was the first ever pre-recorded task in the whole show, and certainly set the tone. All they had to do was eat as much as possible in 1 minute, but that proved to be very difficult. Ramesh and Tim both smashed the watermelon to pieces and ate it as if they'd been starving for days, while Roisin ended up taking just 1 bite.
I'm gonna throw up.
She came last, but she did manage to keep her dignity, which none of the others accomplished after making themselves sick.
I genuinely thought I was going to die. Basically, when the whistle went, my throat was full of watermelon.
Number 4. Find Alex's shoe.
Is it a baby's shoe?
No.
Is it an adult shoe?
Please say...
Just one more thing.
OK, just one more thing.
OK, just one more thing. Is it an adult shoe?
Yes.
Alex Horne almost never loses his temper with the contestants, but he actually snapped at Bridget Christie in this one. Yes, she may have been the single most infuriating Taskmaster contestant we've ever seen, but this task tested Alex almost as much as the players.
It's not those, is it?
Oh, you still asked the question.
What?
No.
In an old church, they had to find and display the shoe Alex was thinking of, and were only allowed to ask him yes or no questions.
What do you mean, not really? It's a yes or no question.
Well, I think all shoes have heels.
No, they don't. Does this have a heel of height?
So that's another question. Are you getting exasperated?
Worse, they each had to do or say something different after asking each question. They were exhausted by him and his shoe, and it took Chris Ramsey until the end of the task to realise he should have divided the room into halves.
How would you like to display it?
Thank God we're in a church, because I would tell you some words. Bye, Alex.
Bye, Judy.
Number 3. Set off the alarm the fewest times.
I have to say, of all the things we did on those things, this is the one that's been playing on my mind. I am dying to know what the hell.
Like the hands, this task seems designed to drive its players to the edge of sanity. The rules were simple. If they said a word containing the letter T or were silent for more than 7 seconds, the alarm would go off, and they had to go back to the beginning of the stepping stones. Except obviously Alex didn't tell them the rules. They had to work it out for themselves, and it did not look like fun.
What if you can't talk, but when you get to the green, you've got to start talking?
OK. Did you have a nice
I'm
breakfast?
now talking. Are you talking? Oh.
Lee and Mike did poorly enough, but the team of 3 had an even worse time, taking 15 minutes to solve it and setting off the alarm far more often.
Maybe only one of us go?
Oh, maybe we have to remember the ones that set off the alarm.
So mine's after the green.
though Charlotte did at one point suggest attacking Alex to stop him from making the noise. Number 2. Complete the 7 tasks.
Hide all the jigsaw pieces around the garden. Oh, thank God I got that on first.
If they picked these tasks in the correct order, as Rose did, they had to do one of the easiest tasks in the show.
Is it worth aiming at a different place?
I swear to God, Alex.
But if they did it in the wrong order, like everybody else, it was a nightmare. Ed Gamble went on the record as saying it was the worst day of his life, as he followed the task to the letter and restarted it when he failed, completing the entire gauntlet not once, but twice.
Oh! I've got to start the task again, haven't I?
Yes.
David Baddiel, meanwhile, struggled with something far simpler, trying to work out where his hip was.
Is that my hip? I'm never entirely sure where my hip is.
Where do you think your hip might be?
Is it here?
And Joe Brand got away with not restarting by threatening to have a stroke.
As far as I could see it, only me and Rose stuck to the rules.
I think we've got to think about the spirit here. Did everyone...
No, it's not about the spirit. It's about the... You know it's not about the spirit.
Number 1. Get all the exercise balls into the hoops. More exercise balls. This looks like one of the most brutal tasks ever on the show. They were forced to sit in an inflatable dinghy on wheels and drag themselves around a warehouse in pursuit of yoga balls, and none of them enjoyed themselves.
I didn't fall out then.
No, I've got a line. Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Just getting into the boat was difficult enough for Catherine, let alone completing the task. Crawling around, fighting with giant balls and ending up utterly humiliated. It was one task we definitely wouldn't want to do, and it does make you wonder how much they get paid to put themselves through this.
This is dehumanising.
We'd like to see Greg have a go at this one himself, though.
4. Well done, Daisy.
Let us know in the comments which of these tasks you could ace, and which you wouldn't touch with a barge pole.
I tell you what, it's not very often you hear the sentence, "This is dehumanising," outside of a documentary about a despot.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.